time. 4 times. Doing gang things, living super clean. That done came up. Can't control us. 1 time for the men doing cane thing. Dead fresh to the T, living super clean. 3 times for my foe that done came up. 4 times cause the man can't control us. 1 time for the men doing cane thing. Dead fresh to the T, living super clean. 3 times for my foe that done came up. 4 times cause the man can't control us. Look at you done came up now. Get it how you live, mess the game up now. Ain't messing with yoga, but get the flame up. Hey, used to be Toby, but got your name back now. I see ya, paid under pressure. 25 lighters got them all on the dresser. If it ain't for you, ain't for you then. If you a lame or a sucker, wanna dress you then. Grown up now, bump the childish ways. Got a wife and a bunch of kids to raise. Punch a clock side hustle or a business you endure to ensure that all the bills is paid. Slow clap for your homeboy. Could've turned out like your homeboy. Being on the same block, cooking up the same rock on the cell block lock with your homeboy. But no, you had vision, you had goal. Brand new you on the old time road. Take care of home where you bust your low. Black men don't cheat, screaming bump these hoes. Real men talk, real king ways. Still in captivity, but minds ain't slave. Got a little wisdom, boy, you PD grade. Giving out the knowledge on the stoop these days. 1 time for the men doing cane thing. Dead fresh to the T, living super clean. 3 times for my foe that done came up. 4 times cause the man can't control up. 1 time for the men doing cane thing. Dead fresh to the T, living super clean. 3 times for my foe that done came up. 4 times cause the man can't control up. 1 time for the folk that have moved up. Even if you had a slow start screwed up. Used to gang bang, now homie brewed up. Had a little plan, I had them blew up. Look at you like a man right now. Dressed to the T, smelling like a grand right now. And you ain't got nothing from a handout now. Just faith and hard work gets it planned out now. You could've took a bunch of dusty rolls. The hand dealt with a bunch of cards to fold. To stay hot while the world is freezing cold. The same plot, but the story's never old. Slow clap for your kinfolk. Could've been asking what your info. Prosecutor could be trying to do you in for the 2020 twins, so you passing out the info. But no, you had purpose, you had plans. I ain't doing nothing, I'ma say these fans won't impress you. No fans, that ain't my God, who is that? This real men talk, real king ways. Still in captivity, but minds ain't slave. Got a little wisdom while you keep these grades. Giving out the knowledge on the stoop these days. 1 time for the men doing cane thing. Dead fresh to the T, living super clean. 3 times for my foe that done came up. 4 times cause the man can't control up. 1 time for the men doing cane thing. Dead fresh to the T, living super clean. 3 times for my foe that done came up. 4 times cause the man can't control up. Yeah, real man. Sheesh. Yeah. Doing gang things.
Mono.
Living super clean. That came up.
1 time for my king doing king things. Mom these hoes cause he know he got a good thing. I submit and I cook and I clean and I never hold back on that wop. I'ma let it rain. Made me honest, I got a ring. I'll pray.
Okay, so it looks like my intro ended a little early. And that's all right. That's all right. Why my name don't show, I feel like I'm in Facebook jail. I don't know. You might be. When that was happening to me, it was because I had like some kind of weird partial ban. Like I couldn't go live. So you might want to check that out. Yep, they be doing you like that. So, shalom and shalom, sisters and cousins, and praise the Lord. Saints, it's your favorite housewife, Miss Mono. Well, it wouldn't be Miss Atticus. And my special guest, part-time co-host, Atticus here. I feel like he's the Ryan Seacrest to my Kelly Ripa. Say shalom, everyone. Shalom. Shabbat shalom if you are celebrating a lunar Shabbat and you were on the West Coast. Actually, the sun, I don't think the sun went down here yet. Oh, yes, it did. Yesterday was the last day that the sun went down after 8 o'clock for this year. So, yeah. Just want y'all to keep that in mind. So, okay. Okay. All right, boys. Mama needs to get to the podcast, all right? So, I need y'all to head on out. Thank you. Love you. Y'all can come back at the end, okay? Thank you. All right, y'all. My little young kings over there. Shout out to my husband. he's helping me. Well, he always helped me. He has to do all this camera stuff. So shout out to him, the oh so sexy, oh so wonderful monologue McGad. If you have not, please be sure to catch the Bible study that my husband does in the morning, Spirit Filled Israel. We don't have a definite schedule yet just because businesses and everything keep us up in the air, but follow us on YouTube at Monologue McGad, MONOLOGMAGAD. I ain't even got my IG going. I'm tripping. So follow us on YouTube, like, share, turn on your notifications so you'll know when we go live. If you click that little bell. Also, please give myself a follow at the wife of Mono, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, the social media platform I liking. I'm on Twitter, but I don't really use it, honestly. I really don't. So yeah, make sure you give us a follow, a like, a share. Again, whatever platform you're watching me on, go ahead, give me a like, a share, subscribe, all that stuff, so we can get this video out there, get it suggested to more people. Let's get into it. Okay, a lot of current events. I don't know if y'all have seen. We're gonna combine the 91 Divic segment with the is that what we call it? I don't want to get dinged. Like, I don't want to get put back in jail, so I'm scared to call it the POX. We got to think of something else, because pretty soon that's gonna be a code word like the Divic. So y'all know what I'm talking about, okay? The Outbreak. That's what we're going to call it, The Outbreak. Oh, I saw that movie on HBO Max yesterday. They have it up in, like, the new movie. So, please, if you have never seen Outbreak, please go and watch Outbreak and then think about what is happening in the world around us, okay? Primate outbreak, exactly. But check out the movie Outbreak and then think about what's going on right now. So I live in the the West Atlanta metro area. I don't like to just say Atlanta because I don't live in Atlanta proper. Okay, I live in the West Atlanta metro area, home of the CDC. Yes, that concerns me. But so the Divic is back on the rise. They're pushing the vaccines again. And I read that they were coming with a new type of jump shot that I'm not sure how to explain it, but once again they're messing with the DNA. Okay, it's mRNA. It's particular to the jump shot and other things like it, so they're messing with it again. Okay, listen, I'm not doing it. Me and my family, we're not doing it. We homeschool our boys for this reason. Like, we already do not give them any of those shots. And you just never know. Now they've declared the primate outbreak a public health emergency. So pretty soon they're going to start taking actions for that as well. They already have a jump shot out for that as well. They're trying to get people up on that now. It's a mess, y'all. Stay prayed up, stay clean, keep your hands clean. Listen, I am a firm believer of showers before you get, like, just keep yourself clean. If you haven't already, we talked about it 2 weeks ago. I wasn't here with y'all last week. I do apologize. But we talked about hygiene like 2 weeks ago. So, like, now more than ever, I think we really need to, step it up with that. Like, my kids, my older children go to regular school and they have their jobs, and when they come home, I'm like, shower, please shower, thank you. So yeah, let's just be prayerful on that. They made a max for the pack in 218 and it hit. Girl, you see what I'm saying? It's like, if you can't see the program by now, you don't want to see it. How you just happen to be prepared for everything? That's not anything new. That is very much on purpose, that they have a solution for a problem already. Then they create the problem. So when everyone panics about the problem, it's like, oh yeah, we have the answer right here. And it's hardly ever to our good. I was talking to someone the other day. Actually, my husband and I were talking with someone the other day, and she knows someone who did not know he had type 2 diabetes at the time, took the jump shot, and was gone 2 days later. That don't make no sense to me. I'm sorry. It makes no sense. The scientists have even admitted that it makes no sense. So, but they're gonna keep pushing it as long as they can get away with it. So, hey, y'all just stay prayed up. Stay prayed up. Cook it in the kitchen and set it on fire. Right, exactly. Okay, so okay. That's all I really want to give attention to that. Like I tell y'all every time I see y'all, please start growing your food. It's never too late. I know it's August, but I just pulled up some plants and planted some new plants. It's never too late, and please don't forget about growing indoors. It's a lot cleaner. I know you don't want to deal with bugs. I know it's hot. You don't want to go outside and be in the dirt. I get all that. So please don't forget about growing indoors. That's always an option. There are options where you can grow using water only, no soil. These are all different things that we do here. I know I have to get better at documenting this stuff, and I will, because I really want y'all to have this information. I don't want anyone to go without if they don't have to. Tiffany Gooseby, no, vitamin D shots and Myers cocktails. Oh, vitamin D shots. Yeah, I take the tablets. I have to, because mine was always low, and that's something that a lot of doctors don't tell you. But if you have melanated skin, you need to make the extra effort to be out in the sun. Any day that the sun is out, you need to make the effort to be outside for at least 30 minutes and just soak up some of that vitamin D. Get some of those vitamins and nutrients that the sun has to offer us. Okay, so we talked about growing your own food, things like that. Y'all, let me tell y'all something else. Now, I am what I consider myself to be like leftover bougie. Like, I don't like leftovers. Like, maybe the first day, maybe the second day if it's really good. But after that, I don't like leftovers. But I'm not gonna lie, like, just the current state of things, the impending food. Well, I don't know if you want to call it an impending food shortage or a food shortage, because I don't know when the last time I walked in a grocery store and everything was there. So the food shortage and stuff like that has me really rethinking things. We stretch those leftovers now 3 or 4 days. It just is what it is. Like, we can't just afford to think that these things are going to be there like they were before, when we keep hearing all these warnings and stuff about shortages and supply chain issues and stuff like that. And I grew up with my grandmother and my mother used to always say, waste not, want not. And they used to tell it to us so much, I literally thought it was in the Bible. Like, I thought waste not, want not was in the Bible. But we are at a time right now when that could very much be some of our reality. So, yo, I'm going to suggest like more home cooking to y'all. I'm going to start posting, like, we need to get back to good. Oh, and my husband is not a fan of one pot recipes. I am. Throw some meat in there, throw some veggies in there, usually make some noodles or some rice on the side, and you can stretch that out. The other day I made like a pot of black beans, dry beans, cooked them up, made some chicken. Okay, that's one meal. I made rice and cornbread. That's one meal. 2 days later, I threw the chicken in with the beans, let that slow cook. Bam, it's a whole nother meal. They ate it, okay? And it was good. So, just stuff like this, we need to start thinking about. I know we have no control over what is going on, but we have the wisdom. The Most High says, like, it, his day will creep up like a thief of the night, but not for those of us who know, not for those of us with the knowledge. So we don't have to be caught off guard. Like, I am trying to ease the burden of what's coming as much as possible for me and my family. And I suggest everybody does it. So let's keep that in mind. When it comes before destruction, it does. It does. And it's been coming for a long time. So we definitely need to take heed, because hey, if you don't have your oil at this point, you have no one to blame but yourself. Really. All right, so let's get into our main topic. Excuse Excuse me, tea a little hot. All right, so the first thing I want to talk about, dangerous lies women tell. Now, I know that y'all have seen this video, or at least I hope you've seen this video. If not, I'm about to tell you about it. There's a video going around right now. There's a girl in a bed she's sitting on the bed, and the man is recording her, and he's like, yo, I spent all this money to bring you out here. You know, you didn't want to fly Spirit. I paid $700 for you to fly Delta. You came all the way from Indiana. I paid for this. I paid for that. I did this. I did that. And now you're going to lay here and tell me that you don't want me to touch you? And she's just sitting there on the bed, proud for what I don't know. While this man is like basically like pleading with her, like, yo, I spent all this money on you. What's the deal? And it's a few things disturbing about this. The comments were disturbing, like people's reactions, people actually saying that, oh, she don't owe you nothing and all this other stuff. Now, let me say this, okay? Anyone should not be having sex without marriage. As far as we're concerned, sex is marriage, okay? So you agree to lay down with this man, this is your husband. You agree to lay down with your woman, that's your wife. That's the stand that we take in our household. This is what we teach our children. That's just how we feel. That's what the Bible says. So this is what we do. Okay. However, if you're not living like that, or even if you claim to be, you under no circumstances should not be taking anything from any man without a clear understanding of what is expected from you in return for whatever he is providing. And I say anything because these men these days feel like if they buy you a Big Mac, honey, they are entitled to your body. I wish I was exaggerating, but I see too many posts, and they be loud and proud about it. Don't go on no date with me if you not having sex. Don't ask me for no dinner if you not giving it up. And I'm gonna say this. That's fine if they want to feel that way. That's their life. This is not a class for men, so I'm not here to go in on them about that. But what I am going to say to my sisters and my cousins is, ma'am, it is your job before you go anywhere with this man to understand what is expected of you and to be clear that he understands what you expect of him. And I'm going to say that, and I don't care who got a problem with it. Like, there have been too many women who have been killed. Was it last year or earlier this year? I think we had like 2 sisters who were like Instagram models. They're on, what is that called? OnlyFans. They had men meeting them in their home and they wound up dead. Why are we not heeding these warnings? Why are we so caught up in the thinking of this world where 2 + 2 doesn't equal 4 and you can make your own reality? So caught up to think that just because we think it, that makes it true and other people are bound to go along with our behavior. That's not true at all. That's craziness. Let me get to some of these comments so I can keep it going. No, she does not owe him anything. However, she should not expect to just not give up anything because he bought her the ticket. Yes. Yes, he bought her. Yes. And nobody wants to say that. But why else? For what other reason? Because he can look at your face on the phone. He can look at your face on FaceTime. They was talking on Instagram. They was DMing. So they were talking already. So what other reason did he have to bring her out there if it wasn't to smash? That's just it. She used that man for a free trip. She definitely did. Women allow it. If you don't allow that brother to step to you like that, he won't respect it. Okay, so, and here's why I say there should be clear communication. I don't believe in paying for no dates. That's never been my kind of behavior. But also, I'm going to make sure that whoever I was going out with understood that. And there are ways to do that. You ain't just got to come out and be like, so you paying? No, just be like, oh, okay, so where are we going? Let's establish, like, am I meeting you there? Or are you picking me up? Okay, you're going to pick me up. Okay, so what do I need to bring? There you go, right there. If he expects you to pay, he's going to let you know in that conversation. Oh, well, yeah, you need to bring money because you need to pay for your own food or whatever. He may not come out and say that, but he will find a way to let you know, what do I need to bring? Perfect opportunity for him to let you know, like, oh, well, I was only planning on whatever. And then at that point, you decide if you want to go out with him anymore or not. That's a no for me, dog. But you might be cool with that. So whatever. But at least now we know. Okay? Listen, I know we live in this age of feminism and women's liberation and empowerment and equality, and that is all a bunch of crap. Because at the end of the day, just because that's the program we're feeding, everybody's not living like that. We cannot neglect common sense. We cannot neglect what nature, history, and biology shows us. For some reason, we women have decided that I'm going to say y'all, because I require provision for mine. But for some reason, women have decided, and we're teaching the younger generation, that they shouldn't require any provision for their sex. And I'm just going to say it like that. Because a man's job is to provide, protect his wife, right? Let's stop acting like sex is not a part of this exchange. I'm happily married. I'm a housewife. I can go get money if I want to. Sure, that's fine. But guess what? When my husband give me money, he still come to me like, hey girl, well, I got my hair done. Hey girl, your hair look nice. This to deny the obvious, to deny nature, to deny. I'm gonna just say, you're just denying life. You're denying nature. You're denying biology. You're denying what history has showed us. You're telling every woman that ever sent out this warning that she's a liar. And I called it dangerous lies women tell, because a lot of us get this crap from other women, because no man will ever tell you, yeah, girl, let that nigga fly you out. Let him pay for this. Let him pay for that. And don't give up nothing. If a man loves you, cares for you, and respects you, and he's not trying to pimp you out, he gonna tell you the truth. Stop, ma'am, sis, cousin. Whatever you're sitting on is not good enough for anybody to be sitting up here providing for you and expect nothing in return. Even that sugar daddy gonna want some sugar eventually. That lame, you feel like this dude lame, so you running it up on him. He gonna want something for that eventually. Stop letting these women who can afford security guards advise you into behavior that is going to get you assaulted and or killed. You listen and look at freaking Meg Thee Stallion, who can afford security. Okay, first of all, she's not doing the stuff she's telling y'all she's doing in her songs. The city girls, they're not doing the stuff they're telling you in their songs. They've done interviews where they said, like, yeah, this is what we say in our music, but when I go home, honey, I'm catering to my man. They sit up there married, pregnant, having families and babies, and they got our young women out here thinking that finessing and scheming and like that's the move. And it's not. But it's like, why are you afraid to have any standards, ma'am, sis, cousin? Why are you afraid to be different and say, no, I'm not giving it up if you're not gonna be my husband. No, I'm not giving it to you if you're not gonna make me a wife. Instead of lying and scheming and trying to get all this, why not just stand up and say, if this is what you want from me, this is what I need from you. These same girls will let a man they have no interest in take them out to eat just to get a free meal. Listen to me. And that's how women end up getting hurt. That same attitude. You think you out here using people? Look, these men work hard for their money. Money don't grow on trees for them either. They get up and go to work every day, or they get up and work their business or whatever they do to earn their money. Just like you don't want nobody playing you. Why do you think that anybody's okay with you doing that to them? This is not cute anymore. And then you don't realize like the chain of behavior that you're setting off. We have gotten so selfish. It's like we don't realize how our behavior affects someone else, because now you've put a nasty taste in this man's mouth for not just you, but for Black women altogether. Let's keep it funky, because we are judged as a whole. We are judged as a whole. So guess what? Not only did you put a bad taste in this man's mouth, now he's aired you out for the world to see. So now how many other people are sitting up there saying, oh my God, look at them Black women. Yep, I told you about them. They so ghetto, they so ratchet, they so this, they so that. You give them the fodder to attack us with. You don't consider that. You don't consider that if you don't have children, one day you might. And if you never have children, you have family members. Would you want somebody treating your brother, your cousin that way? No, you wouldn't. You'd be ready to fight. I know I would be. I know I would be. So, well, why do you think it's okay to do it to somebody else? You know, it's like when men say, well, all women are hoes. Well, who they hoeing with, sir? Who are they hoeing with? Okay, hold on. Let me get to this comment. So many women want a man so bad they accept anything. Exactly. You are right. We need to require provision, but women got it messed up. You see women proposing and stepping out of their roles just because they want to say, I got a man. Listen, I would never understand proposing to a man. Why are y'all so freaking aggressive? Y'all are trying, you know what you do when you ask a man to marry you? You are asking him to sign up for a responsibility that he obviously is not ready for. Because if he was ready for it, he would have asked you to marry him himself. I'm just say that. I'm just gonna say that. Okay, listen, Jacob, wake up, Shalom. I get not wanting to be lonely. Okay, I prayed for years and years and years before I found my husband, or before my husband found me, before we found each other. Okay, um, so I get it, man. I get it, but I'm here to tell you, if you wait on the Most High to set that up for you, it will be the greatest thing you've ever done with your life. I have no qualms about saying marrying my husband is the best decision I've made in my life. I cannot think of a better decision for me, for my children, for my future. Like I cannot think of a better decision that I've made than marrying that man. Monologue McGad. Okay? So I'm telling you, it will get better. It does get better, but let me deal with this comment and I'm gonna say this. It's the reality TV got females and a whole lot of, okay, so yeah, that's about where I was gonna go. Reality TV and social media has got life really messed up. I don't know how many of you have had an encounter with a woman like this, but every so often I've come into women who just when you talk to them about men, it's like every man they meet just worships the ground that they walk on, and every man that has ever laid eyes on them has fell in love with them and just opened their wallet and everything to them, and they be lying. It's lies. And I'm going to tell you why it's dangerous. It's dangerous on multiple fronts. It's dangerous because when you are out here giving this false reality, you cause other women to wonder, like, well, what's wrong with me? Why I can't get that? When the fact of the matter is, ma'am, sis, cousin, they not getting it either. It's a lie. It's a front. It's a game to hype themselves up. Because the fact of the matter is, while you're sitting there thinking that you're telling the truth and being open with them, their truth is probably worse than your truth, which is why they cannot even stand to tell you. And they have to go through such great depths to make up a lie. So you got to learn how to see through that. If it don't sound right, it's probably not. If it sounds like this is just, some once in a lifetime, oh my gosh, where did this woman come from? She's lying. She is lying. The world we lived in is based on lies. Half of the women walking around have had surgery. It's a whole lie. Look, I have on makeup, okay? But we have seen degrees of makeup where women are literally changing the structure of their face, changing their skin tone. We live in a world of lies. It's a lie. What you get on the surface with most people is a lie. If half of these women or most of these women out here have a baby today, y'all gonna be wondering, whose child is that? These women on reality TV, they get their face redone, and then their daughters grow up to be teenagers. Their daughters end up doing the same stuff to their face. But can you blame them? Like, you changed what I look like, even though it's on your face, mom, it's still my looks. So you're telling me it's not good enough. And we don't realize that. We have to get back to reality. We have to not be afraid to tell our daughters and our cousins, like, no, this ain't right. We have to not be afraid to stand up and say, no, I will not accept this in my life. We have to be not afraid to say, this is what I expect. This is what I do want. And I'm not going to settle until I get this. Again, realistically, but have some expectations, ma'am, sis, cousin. Because I'm going to tell you something. That what ended up being a video on TikTok could have been a very tragic situation for that girl's family. $5,000? $5,000. Now, before y'all get up here and talk about, $5,000 ain't no money. And I'm not, I can put $5,000, I can touch $5,000 a couple of times right now. Right now. I got in my phone right now. But if someone stole $5,000 from me, if I gave you $5,000 and I expected a custom Louis Vuitton bag and I did not get that, I'm going to have some questions. And I know y'all saying like, but her body is worth more than a Louis Vuitton bag. Obviously not. If she saw her, she transported herself. She's the literal definition of selling herself, okay? She literally transported herself to this man. She literally shipped herself, okay? Let's call it that. She shipped herself. We gotta stop doing that. We have to stop doing that. We have to stop playing with these men and their money and their emotions. It's 2022. People not taking this mess no more. And I don't know if you realize it, but honey, nobody really cares when a black woman is murdered. Nobody cares. They barely care when the police do it. So if please, ain't nobody gonna care. Ain't nobody gonna care because even in 2022, in the age of feminism and liberation and equality, at the end of the day, this is still a man's world. And I know I shouldn't be saying that, but it's okay. You call the police. Who's going to interrogate him? Men. He going to court. Who's more than likely going to be the judge? A man. Do you think that other men can't sympathize with that situation, especially if they've had it happen to them before? Listen, I'm going to say this and we're going to go to our next topic. There is a reason God has given us women a place to be. We have a role in our nation, in our society. We have a role amongst ourselves. It's not meant for us to live a hard life. This is not the struggle that's not how we're supposed to be living, ladies. Let me tell you, my husband tried his best to make sure I don't ever have to leave the house. If I'm out the house, it's probably because I want to be. Like, that's the way y'all are supposed to be living. It's not supposed to be a unicorn. We're all supposed to be living great lives. It's up to you to line up with the laws and commandments so that can start happening for you. It's up to you to decide to stop chasing the things of this world, the flash in the pan, the what looks like glitter. All right, so let's go on to our next segment. We're gonna continue our conversation. Why Boaz don't want your ass? Health, hygiene, and wellness. So, like last week, we talked about hygiene. Not last week, week before last. Sorry, we talked about hygiene. If you haven't had a chance, go back and watch the video. Leave a comment, like it, share it, subscribe, turn on your notifications, all that good stuff. So this week I wanted to talk about wellness, and I know it kind of all goes together, but I wanted to focus more like on our environments. I wanted to focus more on our environment and that in terms of our physical wellness, our environmental wellness, and our mental wellness, which I really believe it all plays in together. I know a lot of people that when they start to go through bouts of depression, one of the first things that they let lack is their hygiene. I'm not one of them people. Like, if you see my hygiene lacking, honey, something is terribly wrong. No, something is terribly wrong. It's not just a little something. Something is terribly wrong. Please get help. Like, I'm not one of them people. But I do hear that a lot, that, that's like one of the first things that people let go. So I'm gonna say this. You cannot want to bring somebody in an environment that you don't even want to be in. Um, and I know you might be thinking like, well, I live in an apartment. I don't want to put a bunch of effort into this. I'm not gonna be here long, but you're there now. Okay, but you're there now. And self-care is not big, expensive, grand gestures. Self-care is not just facials and fingernails and having your hair done. Self-care is being able to come home and it's clean and it's nice and it smells good. I honestly think that home cooking fresh fruits and vegetables is a part of self-care also. You need to be able to provide these things for yourself. Um I mean, I hear a lot of women that, oh, my husband cooks or we order takeout. That's fine if that works for you. Somebody needs to know how to cook. Somebody got to be able to feed y'all. Because eating out every day, even if you are eating vegetables and fruit or whatever, it's still it's processed, I'm gonna say, more, because it's meant to feed more people. And then not only that, you just got, man, just feed your family. Like, cook for your family. It's just better. Just just cook for your family. Um so in terms of your environment and the wellness in your environment, if you are not able to have a place where you can go and be at peace and go and decompress, you are going to carry that stress around with you all the time. And like I said before, you may not think that your thoughts and your attitude come out, but it leaks. Even when you don't mean it to, it leaks. Like, I have a problem controlling my facial expressions. I know that. I'm one of them people. Um and so that happens a lot. Like, you may think that you smile and said hi, but you didn't. It was a frown and you looked upset. And I'm not just talking about RBF. We've all been accused of having RBF. But I just mean that when you are just so unhappy within yourself that it literally just shows on your face. Like, people can feel that, people can sense that. Nobody wants to be around that. And I'm not I don't want anybody to feel like I'm like victim shaming or coming down on someone who's already down. That's not what I'm doing. But I really feel like in this day and time, we have a generation of Black women who just did not have the mothering that me and some of my peers were fortunate enough to have. I kind of feel like my mom and like our mom's age group, I don't want to say they were like the last real parents, but it kind of feels like they were. Um, I mean, like I told y'all, like, I couldn't leave the house without having taken care of myself. I just wasn't allowed. And honey, the way I see some of these people walking around, I'm not just talking about adults, I'm talking about the teenagers. The way I see some of these people walking around is really like scary. It's really scary. We have got to do better. But I don't want anyone to think that it's all about your physical appearance and how you look when you're going out. 95% of it is, how's your home? What is your home like life? Is your house clean? Are you taking a are you getting clean in a clean shower? Or are you trying to get clean in a dirty shower? These kind of things make a difference. What does it smell like? A lot of times when we're going through something, we don't realize how it was affecting us. We don't realize the pressure and the stress that it had us under until we're out of it. And it's the same thing with our homes. Sometimes you don't realize how dirty your house is until you go to clean it. Like, and not even just dirt, it could just be clutter. Like, when we moved, I was surprised we had that much stuff. Like, we were in that house for like 5 or 6 years. We were in our last home for 5 or 6 years. And when we went to move, it was just so much stuff everywhere. I mean, we are a large family, a family of 7 in the house. So yeah, that means we had a lot more stuff. But even for one person, even the last time I moved there as a single person, it was just a lot of stuff. So what I'm saying is, you need to make that time to clean your environment, not just for somebody else, but for you, for your mental health. You know, um, it's so hard to talk about certain things because with new ageism and witchcraft just being on a rise, it's like if you talk about energy, people are like, oh, what are you talking about? But I'm fine. Let's just call it the air. Have you ever sat in a hot room and it's dirty? Have you ever sat in a dirty room on a hot day? Let me get my words together. A dirty room on a hot day. I mean, like, you in your bedroom and it's not clean. You got piles of clothes everywhere. You got stuff on the chair, stuff on the bed. Have you then cleaned that room and compared how much cooler it felt, how much easier you could breathe in there, how much more relaxed you could be in there? Like, airflow, energy flow is a real thing. I don't know how many of y'all have. I used to rearrange my apartment all the time when I was single. Rearrange my bedroom. That stuff matters. Different viewpoint. It matters. I can't explain it, but it does. And honestly, that's our job as women, to understand this and to utilize this in our home. Okay. You feeling like you want to change. Usually the first thing a woman does when she wants to change something is change her hair. The first thing we do is change her hair. I am going to propose to you that maybe you change your home next time. Go rearrange your living room, move the couch around, move the bed around, clean out your closet. These kind of things do affect your mental health, your emotional well-being. It really does. So I want us to start taking these things seriously, okay? And now that you're in the habit of this, all right, when Boaz does come over, now your house is clean. It's not dusty. You ain't got cobwebs up in the corner in the ceiling. You don't have dishes all dirty piled in the sink, because you know what he's thinking? If she can't take care of herself, how is she going to take care of me? The same way you're looking at him and how he's dressed, I hope. You're assessing, because if he can't provide for himself, what kind of plans does he have for you? Okay, you need to be thinking the same way about yourself. You need to be the things that you care about. What is the female counterpart for that? Okay, he provides. Can you prepare what he provides? The man can provide you with the house. Are you ready to make it a home? He's bringing home the eggs and the turkey and the chicken. Can you cook it up? Are you just going to try to throw it in a microwave? Can you match what you expect, is what I'm saying. You want that man to keep himself looking a certain way. Are you going to keep yourself looking a certain way? And let's go there, ma'am, sis, cousin. You know how you looked when y'all got married. Now, I understand weight gain. I've gained weight since I've been married. Couple pounds. I've gained weight since I've been married. And I get metabolism, body type, and all that stuff. So I'm not speaking from a place of, oh my God, what's wrong with you? No, not at all. But what I am saying is, ma'am, sis, cousin, you know how you look when you marry him. Just like you would like him to stay as close to how he looked when y'all got married, I'm sure he would appreciate the same effort. And it ain't got to be about money. Well, we can't afford for me to get my hair done every 2 weeks. We couldn't afford it for a long time either. All praise to the Most High. I have a decent head of hair, and a decent grade of hair, so I'm able to do something with it. But ma'am, you better make it do what it do. There are ways to fake it till you make it. Keep yourself together. Yes, for your husband, but for you. For you. Listen, part of the reason I keep my hair braided, even though I have hair on my head, I have hair, okay? Y'all know me. But part of the reason I get it braided is because getting up in the morning and looking in the mirror and seeing that I have to do my hair stresses me out. It stresses me the heck out. It's like I'm kind of like done I'm emotionally done for the day having to deal with my hair. Okay, but I know I have to keep myself looking a certain way. Look, I'm a housewife. I stay at home. But I still try to make sure I look as good as I possibly can. Well, I got a whole man sitting here. He wants some eye candy too. He wants something to look at too. Am I only supposed to dress up when we go out? Then I'd never put on any clothes. And I'm not saying I'm walking around the house with a full face of makeup, but I will throw on some mascara and some lip gloss. Yes, I will. Keep my hair nice. Yes, I will. Keep myself smelling good. Absolutely. I wear things around the house that I do not wear outside, leggings and shorts and you know what I'm saying, all that kind of stuff to keep my man interested. Men are visual. I don't know why you're going to that's the reason why you could be out with your man in intense, deep, emotional conversation and let a big old butt walk by. He's going to look. I'm really just don't think they can help it. I don't think they can help it. He's gonna look. So why don't you be the big old butt that he can't stop looking at? Like, give him something to work with. You can't expect him to go out here and be all pious and upright and not never you're not giving him any kind of outlet at all. Come on, as a wife, like that's your job. But anyway, back to the wellness. Ooh. Let's talk about our diet, okay? And I want to talk about this because I don't think a lot of us realize like the things that we eat and how they affect us. Not just in terms of our health, blood pressure, cholesterol, stuff like that, but they also affect your body odor. Um, I was watching something and they were talking about a carnivorous diet. Like this lady was talking about how she had lost all this weight since she was only eating meat. But people were like, ew, you must stink. Ew, you must smell horrible. When you eat a lot of meat like that, it does cause an think about what you're consuming and what your body is breaking down. Okay. As much as we season it and clean it, it's still dead meat. And once it's in your body, it's in the process of deteriorating, like it's being broken down. Um, I don't know if you've ever smelled deteriorating meat, rotting flesh. It does not smell good. Um, that stuff it sits in your body, okay, and it literally festers. There's no refrigeration in there. There are no preservatives inside your body, but that meat is not moving through you as fast as vegetables would. I'm gonna put it like that. You know, them vegetables go in and out. That meat is gonna sit there for a while, and you keep piling it on, piling it on, piling it on, drinking all these dark, sugary drinks. And I love tea. I love sweet tea. Like if I'm out, all I ever want is water and sweet tea. That's all I ever need. Um, but I have to balance that with a lot of water. Those sugary drinks, it affects your breath. It affects your odor. Ladies, your feminine odor heavily, heavily, heavily affected by what you eat and what you're drinking, what you're consuming. You have to really, really be on top of this stuff. Um, especially if you're trying to find a husband. I don't know. Like, I understand that, y'all feel like men don't care about this kind of stuff, but I assure you that they do. As a married woman, let me assure you that they do, okay? Because where was I the other day? I went somewhere with my boys. We might have went to my mom's house. Yeah, I think we went to my mom's house and I might have stopped and picked up some groceries or something like that. Something simple like that. And ran in the house and hugged my husband. And the first thing he said was like, "Ooh, girl, you smell like outside." After I composed my emotions, I went and I took a shower. Like, okay, I smell like outside. Let me handle that. Men care about that. Okay, let me assure you, they don't just care about how you look. Like, they're checking out all that stuff. Stop confusing a man being willing to sleep with you with a man that wants to marry you. Because 1,000 men will sleep with you, But how many of them are going to commit to you, to provide for you, to protect you? How many of them are willing to do that? And be honest with yourself. Are you making yourself desirable for that? Are you say for me, are you presenting yourself someone that a man would want carrying his last name? Are you being that? Does your life reflect that? How's your attitude? Are you able to carry on a conversation? I'm not saying that you have to speak properly at all times, but if you take him home to his mother, he doesn't want you dapping her up, talk about what to do, sis. He does not want you talking to his mother like that. Can he take you to a business meeting and you sit and you first of all, you look appropriate? Let's start there. Listen, I know we live in this world of no shame and everything is free, but I want to bring back undergarments. Okay, I need to put that on a shirt. Bring back undergarments. Bring back full coverage panties. Bring back bras. Bring back camisoles. Bring back slips. Lord knows y'all need them. I'm tired of the nude dresses. We get it. I'm tired of the implied nudity. We get it. You want to be naked. It's enough already. Get get you a good bra. Get some panties, get some black panties. Stop wearing bright red, bright pink panties with white pants and white leggings, y'all. That's nasty. Stop it. And it really just bugs me when I see women my age clapping for this nonsense. But they be out there doing it too. So, what do I expect? But why are you setting yourself up to be the low hanging fruit? Why? Listen, I'm not talking to everybody. Okay? I'm not talking to everybody and I realize that. Hey, you might not want all that out of life. You may feel like, hey, I'm cool where I'm at. I don't want too much more. I'm just looking for a dude from round the way. Cool beans, ma'am, sis cousin. Maybe this ain't the channel for you. But I always wanted more out of life. Like I knew there had to be more. I knew the Most High did not create me to live some kind of mediocre, struggling existence. My job was to find the way there. And now what I'm trying to do now is help some of y'all take a shortcut. I did not get there. I didn't get married to my husband until I was 33. What was that? 2014. 33, turning 34 that year. And I wasn't ready. Like, I have no qualms about telling you that, yes, it took me that long because I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. I was full of crap. I was selfish. And even when we got married, I still wasn't ready. But I was willing. I was willing to submit myself. I was willing to learn. I was willing to admit, like, yes, I have problems. Like, yeah. I'm not gonna lie. Like, honestly, at first, my husband probably. I want to say like he could have did better than me, but no, I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that. And I mean that because, like, I mean that because I wasn't together. And I'm not saying I'm all together now. I'm not saying I'm perfect now, but honey, I've come a mighty long way. All praises to the Most High. Okay, so that's what I mean. Like, sure, you could have found somebody a little more humble, a little more prepared, a little more ready, sure, but she wouldn't have been me and we wouldn't be here right now. So, but what I'm saying is Don't be ashamed to say what you want. And don't be it's for your mental health, okay? It's for your mental health for you to not be afraid to say what you want. I told people for years, yes, I want to be a housewife. I want to work for myself. I don't know what I want to do, but I know I want to work for myself. I said that for over 10 years I was saying this. And what you mean you want to be a housewife? I want to stay home with my kids. I don't want to do this. People looked at me crazy even then. But I don't care. Like, y'all can have this. This is not the life that I want. And again, we all have choices, okay? I believe that the Bible prescribes for a woman to be the keeper of her home, to care for her children, okay? I'm not saying we're not getting into the, full-time housewife thing. Yes, I'm blessed to be able to do that. I'm not saying that anyone is less of a mother or less of a woman if that's not your situation. However, that's the goal. The goal is, that was always my goal, to be a full-time mother, to be able to be a wife and dedicate myself to my family. That was the goal. So that's what I'm saying. That should be the goal. Now, if that's not your goal, that's fine. But be prepared to say that. Be prepared to let whoever you're courting or dating know that. Because if he's expecting to get married and then have a housewife, and that's not what you're expecting, it's going to cause a lot of problems. A lot of problems. And, like the comment, I think Tiffany said earlier, some women are just so desperate for a man. And in some of that desperation, you just go along with whatever is at the beginning of the relationship that you feel like is going to make him happy. He wants you to, his favorite color is green, so you wear green all the time. He want to see your hair like this, so you do it like this. He wants your nails this color, so you do it that color. He don't like this, so you don't like it no more. You are changing yourself for this man. That's not cool at first. At the beginning of the relationship. Let me be clear. In your marriage, you will change yourself. You will. It's a part of growth. But when you're first getting to know someone, no. They need to learn who you are and what you are. They don't need you to mirror them, because a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, you're going to get tired of not being yourself. The real you is going to have a freaking breakdown, and you're going to wind up snapping, and he's going to be like, well, what the heck? And it's not his fault that you were holding that in for years. So don't front. I don't know what simpler way to say this. Stop lying. Keep it real with yourself. I know a girl. and listen, I talk to women. I talk to a lot of women, okay? So please, I'm never, again, like I say this to y'all all the time, I'm never looking down on anyone. If anything, my only approach is, hey, I've been here, I've done this, I've seen this. Let me help you. That's all I'm ever trying to say. So one day I was putting on some makeup, getting ready to do something. And there was a young lady, and she was sitting there watching me get ready. And she proceeds to tell me how she doesn't need any makeup and how she's just all natural and all this and all that. And I'm like, okay, well, in the meantime, me and this Anastasia Beverly Hills about to get this foundation on. Okay. Like, it is what it is. I'm at where I'm at. Yes, I wear makeup. You don't, that's awesome. But a few weeks later, makeup on, lashes on, nails on. But wait a minute. Just a couple weeks ago, you was Miss All Natural. And this is what I mean by stop fronting. Y'all get with these dudes and you want to be their home girl. Oh, I'm down. I'm this. I'm a ride or die. And I watch the game with my man, and we do this together and we do that together. But that's not what you want to be. You want to be a wife. You want to be his one and only. You want to be put on that pedestal. Stop lying to yourself, because how you start a thing is how it's going to go. If you come in turned up, freak nasty, that's what he's going to expect. And you sitting there waiting for the emotional part of the relationship, waiting for him to take it to the next level. Why would he do that with you? Y'all didn't even get a chance to talk about any of that before you busted open. He didn't know what you wanted, and you didn't know what he wanted. You just went to a place you weren't ready to handle. And now you sitting up here breaking out his windows and slashing his tires and blowing up his phone. Why? He never lied to you. You lied to yourself, and in turn, you lied to him. Ma'am, sis, cousin, stop hooking up with these dudes and thinking it's going to go somewhere. Like, we could avoid a lot of heartache, okay? And you're like, what does this have to do with wellness? Because I realized something the other day. I don't remember what I was doing. But I realized, like, I'm cool with myself. I don't care what nobody else thinks. Like, I'm cool with me. That has to be where you are before you go trying to hook yourself up to someone else. Because when you get into a real relationship, that person who you're with becomes like a mirror. They become a mirror, because when you communicate with this person, whatever you're giving to this person, whatever you're putting out to this person, they're going to give it back to you. Whether it's the way you meant it or not, they're going to have a reaction. So whereas you might be used to, like, only thinking of yourself, once you have a partner, your partner going to be like, well, what about me? And now you have to face that, like, damn, am I selfish? I had to face that with my husband. He said something to me the other day. He was like, I always get you food, but you don't ever get me food. And I don't. Not on purpose. I just be thinking about me and kids. Like, I'll just be like, feed me, feed the kids. I know that's wrong of me. I know it's wrong. Okay, but I can admit that. Okay. So in the process of looking at that mirror, you have to be secure in who you are. You have to be ready to explain yourself and be confident in what you're saying. Because there are going to be a lot of misunderstandings, miscommunications, disagreements, and one could easily be talked into just going with the flow. Now, this is different. I'm not speaking in regards to submission in marriage. I'm still talking about dating, getting to know each other. Now you have to decide, like, was I wrong about this? Is this something that I can change? Or is this like a deal breaker? And maybe I need to, reevaluate if I want to be in a relationship with this person. But you won't know that if you're not cool with yourself and you don't love yourself and you just go with any, twist and turn of the wind, whatever anybody's trying to talk you into. He don't want that. You are unstable. You are unstable. And the last thing anybody need these days is an unstable partner. You not changing no man. He changed because you want to change. Listen, that is the truth if I ever heard it. If I ever heard it, you ain't changing nothing on a man. Period. If he didn't want you from the beginning, there's nothing you can do to make him want you. If he don't love you, there's nothing you can do. If he don't like you, there's nothing you can do to change a man. That's between him and the Most High, period. You avoid heartaches if you and your mate ask each other hard questions. Always work on yourself in your relationship. This is very important. And this is why I love the fact that my husband and I are friends. That is my friend. I talk to him about any and everything. Even if it hurt, we talk. We talk. We say things to each other that most people looking from the outside were probably like, why y'all talk to each other? Who else? Who else am I gonna talk to like this? Who else is gonna talk to me like this? Who else is gonna keep it this real with me besides myself? Now I try very hard with all my heart to keep it real with myself. Cause I gotta live with me. Me and my thoughts gotta live together. So I ain't lying to me. Okay. But my husband also is not lying to me either. And I need that. You need that. You can't. And then you cannot grow with a person if y'all aren't honest with each other. You can't grow in a lie. I like flowers. I have no problem telling my husband that. Listen, I saw something the other day that made me really mad. It was one of them couples reality shows, and they was taking the love language quiz, right? Yeah, 5 love languages or whatever. Acts of service, physical touch, quality time, gifts, and something else. Words of affirmation. Okay. These are the 5 love languages. It was like 5 taking this test. Nobody's love language was gifts. Nobody's love language was gifts. Everybody's love language, quality time, words of affirmation. Stop the lies. Stop lying. This is what I'm saying. Stop lying to yourself. Listen, I am motivated by money. Okay. My husband knows this. He want me to do something extra. Hey girl, I give you a couple dollars if you, and I don't mean I don't mean strange for some change, although that can happen too. Okay. I just mean in general. I just mean in general. I keep it real with myself. That is one of my love languages. Gifts is a love language. And I had to explain this to my husband. I'm not saying you got to go out here and spend $100,000 on me, but no, like if you're out and you're away from me, I just want to know that you were thinking of me. Even if it's a pack of gum that I asked you for, or freaking candy, something, anything. Oh, I saw this and I thought about you. This is cute. Anything, anything at all, just to let me know that you were thinking of me. Okay, and I'm into self. I don't know, like when you look into yourself or when you contemplate your life or whatever. So I realized that like my mom traveled a lot when we were younger. She would always have to go on work for the government, and she would always bring us stuff back. My dad, when him and my mom were together, he always bought stuff. Like that was his thing. He would always make sure I had whatever I wanted. We always had stuff when we celebrate Christmas at that time. We always had what we wanted. Like, so that's how I came up. So that is why this is now one of my love languages. But if I don't ever tell my husband that and he thinks that his words of affirmation and acts of service are fulfilling me, now I'm walking around unfulfilled. I'm walking around looking for something that I should be getting from my husband from somewhere else. But because I won't keep it real with myself, I can't keep it real with him, and we can't live our best life. We can't live to our fullest potential. It affects you in so many ways. Be be real with yourself. Okay? Listen, pray about any and everything. Pray, pray, pray. You can never pray enough. But ma'am, sis, cousin, if you know you're dealing with anxiety, you know you're dealing with depression, you know your emotions are more than you can sometimes handle, talk to someone about that and get help. Get help for that. Okay? Now, I don't knock natural remedies at all. That is always my first go-to. Okay, but especially as we start getting older, some changes start happening, things start taking place. Don't hold all that stuff in. We women are the heart of our families. We set the tone in our homes. And if mama's not happy, nobody's happy. And it's not even something that you have to purposely do. But like I know if I'm laying in my bed not feeling sick, every 5 minutes here comes somebody. You okay? You okay? You okay? You okay? So, and I know from personal experience, when a woman is not happy, and those of us who've had single moms coming home from working 2 and 3 jobs, stressed out every day, you remember the atmosphere in the house. You remember the tension. You remember that. So we don't, I don't want my family living like that. And I know you don't want your family to live like that either. At all. So please take care of just the little simple things my king do for me. We are best friends now. And that's what it is. Listen, we went on our first date and it was very, very nice. It was very nice. He tell a story all the time about how much money he spent on that first date. But we went on our first date. And then after that, did we have like a formal? I don't think we had like a formal second date for a while. Like all our other dates was just hanging out. Like we would just chill and talk. Or we would be, if we wasn't together, we would be on the phone talking. Like he used to sit on the phone with me. Well, this was when Scandal was on, Grey's Anatomy, How to Get Away with Murder. He would just sit on the phone and talk to me while I was watching TV. You know what I'm saying? Like we just got to know each other and being totally honest with each other. And that's one thing I've always appreciated about my husband. He's just always kept it real, even if it hurts my feelings. And sometimes it still hurt my feelings now, the way he talks sometimes. But I appreciate the honesty because I'm never left wondering where I stand. And you need to be ready to present that same honesty. And this is what comes with being friends. Honesty. You can't be friends if you're not honest. Date nights are beneficial. Date nights are beneficial and oh so hard to come by. Let me tell you. Oh so hard to come by. But thank y'all for kicking it with me this evening. I hope something I said will help you. Whether you're watching it live or on the replay, again, like, share, subscribe, turn on your notifications so that you know when we go live here at the House of Mono. I mean, I'm going to be talking about this stuff more and more, but I'm just realizing like there are just young women out here who have just never been taught how to be ladies, how to be women, how to be feminine. And it's so heartbreaking. And I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Like having sons, like I'm worried. Having children, I'm worried. Period. About the quality of mate that's gonna be around for them. I really am. So, and that's something else that we need to think about too. A single, while you're out here dating, think about that. Like, hey, I'm gonna have kids out here in this world one day. How do I want someone to treat them? Okay. My wives, my mothers, listen, I know we in a struggle out here. Keep your head up, get your prayer in, get in your word. I mean, it's just so uplifting for me. Sometimes I just open my Bible and it's just the right thing that I need to read or that I need to hear to calm my spirit or to just get me through the day. Don't forget to give us a follow on all of our social media platforms. Oh, y'all. Okay. I know we told y'all that Shira, our little pocket bully, was pregnant. She was not, y'all. We took her to the vet because I love you too. Thank you so much, Anna. I love you. Thank you so much for participating. You are awesome. Day one for you. We took her to the vet and she had like an infection. So it gave her symptoms like she was pregnant, but she's not pregnant. So no puppies for Shira just yet. But we do have Drea in heat. Not in heat. She should be pregnant. We'll find out on the second, I think, like how many puppies she has and stuff, but we're praying everything went through and Drea is pregnant. Give me a follow on the social media platform of your liking at the wife of Mono. I'm on Instagram. I'm on TikTok. Look, y'all, my spirit be so disturbed. I'm really disturbed at the condition of our women. We have got to do better. We gotta stop clowning our men. Like, homegirl was straight up wrong. I'm sorry. Like that, you can't say that, oh, I didn't think, or no, you can't say, like, you can't say that. You cannot say that. If you are old enough, mature enough, and have the wherewithal to carry on a conversation with a man enough to get him to fly you out, then you should know what's expected of you in that behavior. You tried that on purpose. You knew what you was doing and you tried it. Stop listening to these women telling y'all these lies, okay? Live by your own standard. No, scratch that. Live by the standard of the Most High. Live by the standard of the laws and the commandments, and do not waver from them in anything that you do. For the moment that you waver, you will surely find your feet on the path to destruction. Please. I feel so, like, I don't want to say insulted, but it's almost like, damn, am I wasting my breath? And I know a lot of other women who are out here trying to do the work, trying to put out the right message, feel the same way. It's hard battling this system. As much as, we're trying to put out the right message, there's so much more money, so much more propaganda, so many more people putting out the wrong message. But please, 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 you may not see the path to destruction now, but I assure you that it is there. Okay? Please, ma'am, sis, cousin, let's stay on the path to righteousness. Let's find a righteous man that we can build with. Have those conversations about the Bible. Find out what he believes, what he doesn't believe. Is he OT only? Do he believe the New Testament? Does he believe the Messiah came already? Is he still waiting for the Messiah? How does he feel about his wife? Is he okay with his wife wearing makeup? Is he okay with his wife wearing pants? These are the things that you need to find out, and you need to make sure that your understanding is lining up with his. Okay, you want his understanding to be reasonable. All right, and this is why you also need to know the Bible for yourself, because unfortunately there are brothers out here who will manipulate the scriptures in order to use and abuse women. When you know that Bible for yourself and you have an understanding for yourself, then you can say, brother, that don't even sound right. I'm not even sure that that's in there. But you got to be ready to do that. And you got to be willing to take the time. And now is not the time to be scared. In the beginning, it's not the time to be scared. Get it all out now. Ask him how he feel about everything and be honest about who you are and what you have done. Especially if you getting with somebody who's in ministry, okay? Because 9 times out of 10, you're going to wind up in ministry as well. 9 times out of 10, you're going to wind up giving your testimony as well. I would hate for your husband to find out something crazy about you when the rest of the world is finding out. You know what I mean? Let's have these conversations. Let's do better for ourselves. Ma'am, sis, cousin, examine your surroundings. If you know your house need a good cleaning, get up Saturday morning and give that place a good scrub down. Get them cobwebs off the wall. I don't know where you are, but if the weather will allow it, open the windows, let the sun shine in, let that air breeze through. It'll help you feel so much better. Get your place clean, do your laundry, get yourself clean. Get your week started off right. I'm telling you, it would put you in such a more uplifted mind state overall, which again is the overall contribution to our wellness, our mind state. I love y'all so very much. Thank you for tuning in with me tonight. Everybody who contributed to the conversation, you guys. Anna, Tiffany, thank you.
3 times.
Thank you, mug up. I appreciate y'all so much. Oh no, here they come. Here they come.
4 times. Doing gang things. Living super clean. That done came up. Can't control us. 1 time for the men doing cane things. Dead fresh to the T, living super clean. 3 times for my foe that done came up. 4 times cause the man can't control us. 1 time for the men doing cane things. Dead fresh to the T, living super clean. 3 times for my foe that done came up. 4 times cause the man can't control us. Look at you, you done came up now. Get it how you live, mess the game up now. Ain't messing with yoga, but get the flame up. Used to be Toby, but got your name back now. I see ya, paid under pressure. 25 lighters, got them all on the dresser. If it ain't for you, ain't for you then. If you a lame or a sucker, wanna dress you then. Grown up now, bump the childish ways. Got a wife and a bunch of kids to raise. Punch a clock side, hustle or a business you endure to ensure that all the bills is paid. Slow clap for your homeboy. Could've turned out like your homeboy.
Did you? Okay, look.
1 time. Yo.
They just coming here taking over everything. Okay, we about to go.
3 times.
Yes, clap for y'all. Again, thank y'all for hanging out with me.
4 times.
I appreciate every one of you. Don't forget to
1 time. Yo.
Don't forget to turn on your notifications so you know when Spirit Filled is
3 times.
live with morning Bible studies. If you are not following my husband, please give him a follow on all
4
social
times.
platforms, Facebook, Instagram. He on TikTok, but he'll be posting nothing on there.
Doing gang things. Living super clean. That done came up. Can't control us. 1 time for the men doing cane things. Dead fresh to the T, living super clean. 3 times for my foe that done came up. 4 times cause the man can't control us. 1 time for the men doing cane things. Dead fresh to the T, living super clean. 3 times for my foe that done came up. 4 times cause the man can't control us. Look at you, you done came up now. Get it how you live, mess the game up now. Ain't messing with yoga, but get the flame up. Used to be Toby, but got your name back now. I see ya, paid under pressure. 25 lighters, got them all on the dresser. If it ain't for you, ain't for you then. If you a lame or a sucker, wanna dress you then. Grown up now, bump the childish ways. Got a wife and a bunch of kids to raise. Punch a clock side, hustle or a business you endure to ensure that all the bills is paid. Slow clap for your homeboy. Could've turned out like your homeboy. Been on the same block.